Welcome to the Peerless YouTube. I am Caitie North, and today we are going to be starting our eye study. So we're trying something a little bit new with this video and speeding it up for a little bit more experienced painter, and that's someone that would just like a quick recap of what this class and this tutorial is about. So sketching out an eye, you can look at a couple different reference photos if you'd like. And then the first wash we are going to do is the white areas of the eye when we're going to be using a blue. And then doing the first wash of the skin, which is kind of that cream, yellow, orangey kind of tone. It's a contour. And then while that's still wet, adding a little bit of the Nectar to give it some shape and definition, but still wet enough that you can make those pretty smooth areas. The Jackqueminot red and kind of give those tear duct and upper eyelids a little bit of that pink. And then moving into skin tones and undertones and mixing the sky blues with the Nectars and the contour and the Larkspur blues with the Jackqueminot red and seeing which kind of tones you like. So some of them are warm tones, some of them are cool tones, and so you got some pinks, you got some oranges, you got some greens, you've got some blues. So this whole tutorial is kind of to give you a jump start onto understanding what those layers do, and to kind of start playing with those colors and see which ones you like. So I would have you try all of them and in different areas and layers and see what happens. Moving into the eyeball, I do the blue and a little bit darker around the iris ring and then a little bit more diluted. And then any kind of time you're working with skin, having those kind of short textured lines gives a nice kind of natural effect and kind of laugh lines and personality and little creases. And moving into the eyebrow, most of the eyebrows that I like in other paintings and that I've liked in my own and that I wish I would have done a lot sooner is individual eyebrow strands of hair instead of just doing like a big block of color. So doing those eyebrows individually and then letting them dry and then doing the next block over it afterwards. Yeah, and I really like that kind of like more artistic stylized stuff. So I'm adding really bright pinks and you can add bright oranges and you can kind of play around with all of these different things to make it feel like your style, whatever you would like it to be. And as long as you're kind of putting those all in those areas where those shadows were, it doesn't really matter what color you're choosing, because if you have them in the corners of the eyes and in the crease and where that shape is going to be, it's still going to look pretty awesome. And all of those depth and darkness are going to depend too on different eye shapes. They're going to depend on the way that your skull shape is and the way that your face is turning if it's in shadow. And all of those things play a factor. So I do want to slow this part down. I am very sorry that my video clip got deleted, but to make these drops of paint, you just want a very saturated amount of paint on your brush, and then you kind of guide the drop where you want it to go and keep pressing down on your water reservoir brush until it creates a stream of water, and that makes your drop. And you just repeat that process for how many drops that you would like coming down from your eye. And you can make those as much detailed and textures as you want. And then the next areas that we will be moving into is I like to add little flecks of detail and freckles, because I love freckles. And just adding all of my little shadows and things that I would like to be darker without using the white, not the white, the artist pen yet. So, and then when we're talking about eyelashes, a lot of times when you're doing eyelashes and you do 3 little lines in a row, they look like a kind of cheesy doll eyelash, which they always remind me of doll eyelashes. So instead of doing 3 right in a row, you do a swoosh of 3 that all connect at the top. So you can see on my little palette next to my drawing or my painting how they look a little bit more realistic when they come to a point of 3. So that is about 3 or 4 eyelashes, individual lashes that connect at the top and are the same on the bottom, but sometimes the clumps of 2 or 3 and then individual hairs, and sometimes just having a stray hair because that's more realistic. And then of course my white highlights. redoing some little highlights in the center of the eye, little dots by the tear duct, wherever those little creases and laugh lines are, little, you know, what is it called? Like peach fuzz by the eyebrow, because everybody has peach fuzz, no matter your age. But adding all of those tiny details gives it a nice natural effect. And that is my 45-minute eye study in less than 6 minutes. We are testing it out, like if you like the long version or if you like the short version. And sometimes you just want to watch the entire clip super fast and see if you could do it yourself with the main highlights. And sometimes you would like to leisurely follow along. So we thought we would give you both. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends, and we will see you next time.